Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? Let's uh let's watch some things together. I got quite a few I want to show you guys. Let me fix my camera. One sec. All right, let's get cracking.
Boy, you ready to live by that?
Here we go.
If you wish to see the truth, then hold no opinions for or against anything. To set up what you like against what you dislike is the disease of the mind. Boy, you ready to live by that? Do you realize how spacious you have to be to live by that kind of philosophy? That's the fiercest kind of philosophy that I can find. And I like to have that kind of fierce friend who hangs out with me, who keeps reminding me how much I have opinions. This should be this, and this should be this, and I want everybody to be this, and wouldn't it be better if this? Instead of just being spacious with it, you do what you do. It doesn't mean you don't have opinions, it means you're not attached to your opinions. It doesn't mean you don't have preferences, it means you're not attached to your preferences. You can prefer blue or green and decide, and when you go in, when there's a choice, you pick blue over green. But if you end up with green, so. If you wish to see the
All
truth.
right, and that cuts right there. So I want to explain this one, what it means to me, to you guys. A lot of people are at each other's throats, I believe, nowadays over their options, their choices, uh, who they like better. You know, Politics was never meant to separate us so much. Politics was created so that we could come to an understanding about topics. It was never meant to create a such a to create such a divide in the within the people of that is being governed. What this teaching is explaining is that your opinion is important, but worth it's not really worth the energy. It's not really worth wasting your energy on trying to shove it into someone's face. There's a saying I was told before saying that every argument every argument is pointless because as long as you're trying to force someone to see your way of thinking, which is literally impossible, because we all see things differently. Nothing we can never show someone or force someone to see something exactly the way that we see it. There's too many variables. Everyone comes from too many different backgrounds and too much ways of thinking. Let's see another one. See what else I got.
Whenever someone pops into your mind, like a loved one, that means they're energetically present with you. And something very similar, when people are grieving their loved ones, it's because their loved ones are with them energetically. And that's why we can feel so many strong emotions. But also, it's filtered through your belief system. Everyone grieves differently, and it takes a different amount of time for everyone. But if someone that you loved that is in the spirit world crosses your mind, that's them energetically connecting with you. And same thing when you're grieving and crying over a loved one, it's because their energy and their presence is there with you. I don't think that they want us to be sad, even though that's part of being a human. And that's why they're there with us, to let us know that they're still there. But sometimes we don't understand that. So we cry and grieve. But ultimately, death is an illusion. It's just a physical thing. So our soul never dies. We are eternal. So you never really lose a loved one. We are all in spirit with all of our loved ones right now together. It's just not a physical experience. Whenever someone pops into your mind,
cut that. So I think everyone could relate to this one. I lost my uncle recently. You know, us and our family, we lost our uncle recently, and you know, it's sad. It still feels like he's here with us, but that goes hand in hand with what he's saying. You know, recently I learned that someone told me that when we lose a loved one, it's not a loss, but actually it's a gain because we gain their support in the other realm, which is all around us, you know? So if you lose a loved one, think about that loved one is on the other side now and he has your back. He or she has your back. They have your back and they're protecting you from things that aren't so good that could be targeting you. Those your loved ones are protecting you now. You know, you got more reinforcements in a way that they weren't able to be there for you in that way when they were here with us. Now they're there for you in a more immense way than you could comprehend. And you know, you gotta appreciate the weight of the ancestors that we carry with us and the honor and the duty that calls to us of being their descendants and bringing pride to their existence. You know, they brought you here. You're here because thousands of lines of people made it, and you eventually got here. See another one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.
You cannot write down right now on a piece of paper, this is what I want. If you can't list them, this is what I want, then you can't have it. Because your mind will get for you what you want, but you have to feed it a vision of what you're looking for. It's always interesting because the function of the mind is to make coherence between your belief and your reality. If I believe it's not going to work, then the function of the mind will manifest in a situation where it doesn't work. If I totally believe this is how it's going to work, then my mind will set me up in a situation where it works that way. And all of a sudden, that's when you start to realize, wait a minute, it's not chance anymore. This isn't chance. This is creativity. And we are creators. You cannot write down right now on a piece of paper, this is what I want.
This is a big one. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Manifestation, 1000% real, but it doesn't work on its own. You have to do the small steps. You have to have the willpower to admit to yourself how much you do want this thing, how much you do want to be that person, to be of this status, to be this, to be that. You want to more than just want it. You have to do things towards it. And you realize that once you start doing things towards it, it all just rolls up in momentum up into a bigger and bigger ball. And then it's just fun. It's just fun because you wanted to do this. And before you know it, you're doing it and it's easy and it's much easier than you ever thought it was going to be. And you find out that you're good at it naturally and mainly because you wanted to do it. If it's something you really want to do, it almost rolls off your tongue, per se. Okay, those are my 3 videos I have for you today. Thank you for watching. This was my first stream, kinda. Thank you guys. Peace, love.